Welcome to Midweek Football with Young Leg and Burrows, brought to you by TwoFootTalk. We've got Champions League action, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Neymar dancing, Vinny dancing, and why the fuck is there a Newcastle highlight? Either way, we're getting into it. Let's get the winners, and let's get some midweek football. I think the best part of that intro is that now when I make the Newcastle joke again, it's relevant again because they got knocked out already. So, welcome back. You are tuned in to Midweek Football, brought to you by TwoFootTalk. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. With me, I got the man, the myth, the legend. He's back, Mr. Burrows, and of course, the wizard, the pitch wizard that is Mr. Dave. How you guys doing?
Very good, man. I'm pumped for some UCL. Looking forward to Porto versus Arsenal, and then I'm rocking the Puta Barca t-shirt. We got Napoli versus Barca, so I think we got some good games with some goals in them.
I also have one more guest to introduce. It's a debutante on the debut, Mr. Nick. How you doing here? I didn't want to butcher his last name. I don't know if you guys.
No worries. Doing well, fellas. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I thought it would be nice to just get some Italian representation in here. UCL. I won't say there might be a little bit of bias against Barcelona, but it'll just be good to have the Italian to really hammer it home. So, happy to have you, Dave.
What's going on, Legs?
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays now that you're free. Like, what do you
do? So what do I do?
Yeah.
Well, that's a loaded question. I like to watch soccer.
All right.
Bet on soccer. Yeah.
All right. So, I'm not taking any more shots at Manchester United because Mano's a king. Anyway, let's get right into it. We got some UCL football, and we're going to start with the English side of it. Porto versus Arsenal. They're going over to Portugal. The line makes me a little bit upset to look at, but I get it. Arsenal playing good football right now, but Porto, UCL, just in the DNA. They've done it before. We've seen crazier things like the Jose Mourinho run. How do you feel about this line, Oaks?
I'm not super excited about a side here. I'm probably going to play both teams to score, though, because I just don't think Porto stayed goalless at home. Porto went 4-0-2 in groups with a goal differential of 15 scored, 8 conceded. Porto at home in the Portuguese league is 8-2-1 in league play with a goal differential of 19 scored, 5 conceded. Arsenal did go 4-1-1 in groups with a nice goal differential of 16 scored, 4 conceded. But it is worth noting Arsenal is the best away club in the EPL, going 8-2-3 this season, scoring 28 and coughing up 11. So even though this Arsenal side is strong on the road, they do give up goals. So they're going to need 2 if they want to come away with a win here in Porto.
So a lot of my stuff is just going after my classic. I want Pepe to foul at least 2 people and get me a shot on target. And the Pepe booking is at plus 180, which is wild looking at that. But I want to move it over to Dave. Dave, what are you feeling on this Porto Arsenal game?
And that's the Pepe center back, not the Pepe.
Yes. So what?
Not the forward, not the young Brazilian forward, because there are 2 Pepes.
One says it says Pepe Aquina, not that one. The other one that just is Pepe now. So FanDuel switched it up for me.
You could probably get better odds on the guy that's attacking because Pepe, the center back, he's a lunatic sometimes. So that's a great shout. Arsenal right now are in terrific form. They've scored at least 5 goals in their last 2 away matches. I know in history, Champions League, especially elimination rounds, Arsenal haven't been great away from home. I do like what Oaks was saying about Porto scoring a goal here. Personally, I'm on Arsenal team total over 1.5. I do think they get a goal. And I'm also on the over 2.5 goals. I trust Arsenal to get 2 goals. Now, I don't know how much I trust Porto to get a goal or not, but I trust Arsenal to get a third almost as much as I trust Porto to get 1. So I'm seeing a 2-1, 3-1 kind of scoreline here. I think Porto come into this match, even though Taremi's not playing. Evelson, Vanielson, however you say it, up top. He's a good striker. Porto are going to come in this game knowing that they need to get a goal because I don't think they think that they can get a clean sheet against an Arsenal team here. So yeah, I'm going for a 2-1, 3-1 Arsenal win.
All right, Nick.
Real
Oh,
quick,
what do you
I
got
just
for me?
real quick, I just want to chirp at Sam getting a goal without Taremi. Yeah, Evan Nielsen scored 4 in groups, and so did Ganello.
They're still dangerous. They're still dangerous.
Nick, you're batting clean up here on the Porto Arsenal game. What you got?
I'm torn. I want to make it a clean sweep. I think this was the one game that stood out to me as an over game when I looked at the slate as far back as last week. So I think you guys are definitely on track. But then I started to get worried. Looking at these games over the last week and a half, it's been cautious. It's been way more cautious than I expected. I think taking away the away goals rule kind of had a lot to do with that. So teams really looking to take advantage of that home field if they can. So Porto being at home here, I'm kind of looking back at what they've done. You mentioned a ton of Champions League experience. They've been in this position in the past. They don't give up a ton. And you guys are so right. Arsenal is in the form of their lives right now, but they kind of have to prove it to me a little bit in the Champions League. So it's really, really, really tough. I mean, I personally bet the over. I'm rooting for the over, but I found myself talking my way out of it. Like, shit, was this a bad bet? Did I make a mistake?
Don't listen to that voice.
I don't know, man.
Don't listen to that voice, man.
Just when the entire universe is on something, it just worries me. And I'm sure you guys can agree.
For sure. Yeah. When you get a 4-panel discussion going and everyone's on the same side, that always does tend to
we should have it on the bottom. On each of us have over.
Yeah.
All right, relax, bro. Relax. You're lucky your name's on there, man. Calm down. I'm with you guys. I am a little nervous just because it looks like such an easy over. That being said, Trossard and Saka to score assists are both plus money. But when everyone's on it, that does worry me a little bit. But Sam, I like that chat as well for shots on target. Maybe he's taking shots. I know he likes to do his first half shots bets. So those are two good options for Porto, especially with Taremi out.
I will say Ganillo to score or assist at plus 380 is an absolutely disrespectful number for a guy who's had his name on the score sheet 8 times in group play.
His shot on target was also plus 125 last I looked at it.
Yeah, Vanielson. Yeah. Oh, well, Vanielson as well as I think shot on target is minus 120, minus 110 around that number. So I mean, for him to be up top.
Is Gabriel Jesus playing? I know there were some questions about that. He's not going to go.
Trossard's hot right now, honestly.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think Trossard is going to get the nod.
Cool. Saka's to score assist number at plus 130 is really looking good, especially because we know he takes corners and stuff. And, you guys have listened to me and Leg before. You know how much I like Brazilian left wingers. So if I see Martinelli out there, his to score assist at plus 150 feels really nice as well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm about Arsenal out now, guys. I feel a little bit too nice to Arsenal. Let's switch it up. Let's get really negative here. Nick, I'm going to let you start it off. We got Napoli versus Barcelona. How confident are you?
Not confident at all. So I think
so right where I'm at. Great.
Listen,
that's a good answer.
It's been a disaster of a season for Napoli. They're now on their 3rd coach of the season, if you guys can believe that. Reigning champs of Italy, that's completely unheard of. They just brought in a guy who is also the coach of the Slovakian national team. So doing double duty, bouncing in 2 days before this game. I just don't see a scenario in which they win. If you guys have followed the line movement,
new manager magic, man. They're injecting it immediately in.
And they're at home. And Barcelona hasn't been all that great this year, right? They're the most pedestrian Barca that we think we've seen so far. But, man, it's going to take an awful lot for Napoli. It's Osimhen's first game back from the AFCON. I just think they're going to be chasing shadows a lot of this game. My favorite pick, I think, is cards. I think this is a game that's we could see a little something. Napoli team total cards over 2.5. It's plus 125. I like that. Napoli plus half a card. So you could, I don't know if, depending on what book you guys use or anybody that's listening uses on DraftKings, it's available. It's like under Asian bookings. Napoli plus half a card is minus 120. I think that's a great bet. I could see corners in this one. I could see something weird like Barca being awarded a penalty or a team get awarded a penalty, something like that. And I don't hate Lewandowski scoring at plus 150. I think he's kind of due. And he's obviously the man that's been here before. He's got the Champions League experience. I'm really trying to find a scenario where Napoli gets something out of this game, and I just can't do it.
It's really just been kind of sad recently looking at like Barcelona's lines and how bettable they are and how much I should lean that way. And it's just also been nice watching them crumble. So I get mixed emotions about it. I will say for the card shout, so I obviously right when you said cards, kind of like my brain went off. Felix Zweyer is reffing the game. He averages 6 yellows per game so far in the Champions League. Not too many games, you know. I think he's only done like 3 games, but still 6 yellows. So I like that shout. As Dave, what do you got in this one?
So this one I do think is going to be kind of open. Barcelona in the league is done. They're 8 points behind, I believe, Real Madrid in the Spanish La Liga. So Xavi's looking for this competition to kind of have a sales song. Napoli, I agree with Nick here, are terrible this year. Them losing that coach right after they won the league did terrible things to them, and it was kind of you could kind of foresee it, but you didn't think it would get this bad, especially with Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia still on the team. I think Osimhen will start today. Yeah, so so I honestly think it's going to be an open game. Barcelona can't keep a clean sheet to save their life. Even in against their lower teams in Spain and at home. I mean, they're giving up goals. Just looking at it now, they gave up 9 goals in the past 5 games. Almost 10 goals in the past 5 games. So I can see Napoli niching one, but at the same time, Barcelona going forward with Yamal, the young guy, Lewandowski, and then whoever they put out there on the other side.
I think Rafinha is healthy.
Okay, I thought Yamal might start.
I think he might too. I'm just saying. I think Rafinha is healthy. He did sub on last game and get some minutes.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I do think this is going to be kind of a back and forth game. I would lean Barcelona, obviously, if you're trying to pick one, but I see this as a 2-1 kind of game, maybe a 3-1 if somebody pulls forward a little bit. So I'm going with both teams scoring over 2.5. I don't trust Barcelona enough to lean that way for the money line, but I can maybe see a 2-2 if Napoli can get their stuff together because Osimhen's back. Barcelona can't keep a clean sheet to save their life, but Barcelona will look to score goals here. So, unlike yesterday with the kind of the 1-1 draw and the 1-0, I do see goals in both these games today.
Saying something nice about Barcelona really quick. It's going to be Vitor Roque's debut if he does end up getting in. So I like him to score assists. Was at like plus 170. His shot on target was not great, but it would be a nice little parlay piece if he was able to get a start or even come in.
He's also always good for a card look. He is young. He comes from the Brazilian league, and he is nasty. He's got quite an attitude on him. I've seen him take a couple of reds down there in Brazil, which I was furious about because I was on his goals. But yeah, like you guys mentioned, Osimhen is back. I do want to also talk about with Napoli's struggles. I know they're on their 3rd coach, and yes, your coach taking a hiatus and walking away is always going to create a problem, but selling a top 3 center back on the face of the planet is also a pretty big problem. And selling Kim de Byron, though it did bring in a ton of money and allowed you to keep Osimhen, has really made this defense pretty atrocious. Now, I do like Anguissa in the midfield. I think he plays really well. I like him as a piece. There's a lot of pieces to this Napoli team I like. They just haven't been playing well together. I do also have to do a quick plug here. If you guys watched my UCL show that I put out Tuesday morning with Josh over on the Land Your Bets Network, you still could have gotten Barcelona draw no bet at -110. But as Nick has mentioned, the sharp line movement and everybody after watching yesterday's games is coming in heavy on Barcelona. This draw no bet's been bet down to about -140 at most shops. So you're gonna have to take Barca on the money line if you haven't moved early yet. We talked about how Xavi's announced his departure. I do want to mention that even though Barcelona has been struggling away, they are 7-5-0 away in La Liga this season. Now, as you know, if you watch content with me and Leg, this isn't going to be in Spain, and these aren't Spanish refs. So the 4 or 5 late PKs that Barca has been awarded in Spain might not be coming here. And I'm not going at anything specifically because I do honestly think that last PK they got when Jamal just got cleated clear in the ass was a PK. It did come in the 96th minute, though. Like, it came right before the whistle was about to expire. So, that was a foul, and it was an earned PK. But, again, that's late game drama in Spain for Barca on the road. I think the loss to Shakhtar in groups was a little bit ugly. I know how gritty Shakhtar is. The loss to Antwerp should be just flat out embarrassing. I know it was your 6th game in groups and you didn't have a whole ton to play for, and you did end up topping your group anyway. But losing to Antwerp is definitely a little bit ridiculous. I'm not sure about the current price, but when I made my show, both teams to score over 2.5 at -105 felt like a really nice number. And like I said, personal feelings aside, I think Barcelona is just playing the better football right now. Osimhen for a goal at +160, disrespectful. That's just a flat out disrespectful number. I'm not even going to try and say his name. We call him Special K around here, but Special K to score or assist at +130 feels like a very good number. He is having quite the sophomore slump this year. People were talking about paying 120, 130 million for him, calling him Star Boy, saying that he's going to be the next Saka. Now, the Napoli team has struggled, but he has also struggled as well. It can be because of the pieces around him. Like I said, Napoli had a ton of guys leave for the Asian and for AFCON Cup. So this team hasn't been together very long. Another couple of numbers that stand out to me is Politano to score or assist. He had 6 goals and 3 assists in Serie A. He's got a goal and an assist in groups. And Di Lorenzo assist at +600 just sticks out to me really, really well because he leads Napoli in assists with 5. He did have 1 in groups. As you guys said, Lewandowski, Mr. UCL, 14 goals in domestic play, only 1 goal in groups at +150, +145. That's a disrespectful number. Jamal, if he does get the start, +180 to score or assist is really nice. And last but not least, Gundogan, Mr. UCL. He loves the brand. He loves to show up. 5 goals and 7 assists in domestic play, 3 assists in groups. His to score assist number at +270 is absolutely ridiculous for a guy who always finds himself in fantastic position in the box to let the ball go and take a shot if he needs to, or to find the open man. He is always great at finding that last pass, especially when the ball's pinballing in the box. I love Gundogan props in this one. So give me his to score assist. +270 is just way too high of a number.
All right, only thing I didn't hear, well, I did have Gundogan shot on target at +150. I thought that number was wild, but you got that one. Only other thing I'll say is I'm praying for an Anguissa masterclass. I know it's not going to come, but I'm praying for one. Would love to watch that. but it's really just going to be Osimhen kind of trying to backpack in my mind. So I like him for 2 shots on target at plus 160. But otherwise, I agree with everything you guys said. And I'm praying it's not like yesterday where we see all those chances where it's like, wow, we're going to get like 4 goals this game. And then they all fucking miss and nobody fucking scores. I'm praying it's not like that. And we get these numbers.
Don't forget, too, I don't think I've heard this yet, but these guys played a season and a half ago in the UEFA Europa League in the second leg in Napoli, or not second leg, but in the stage in Napoli, it ended 4-2 Barcelona. So, I mean, there's goals here. The last besides La Liga, Copa del Rey, the last away game, they let in 4 against Athletic Club. That was an extra time. And then also as well, the Super Cup. Super Cup let in 4 against Real Madrid. I just think Barcelona, if they're not on their A game, then they can let in some goals today.
A couple other shot on target numbers I think we got mentioned. These guys may or may not start, but Pedri at plus 200 is fucking awesome. Cancelo, if he plays, we all know how he liked to jack for chicks and put him on frame for City. He's plus 270. Di Lorenzo is plus 330. And Frankie de Jong, again, I don't think he plays, but if you see his name in the lineup, he's plus 410 just to hit the rectangle.
All right. Anyone else have anything to clean up with?
No, I think the only case I can maybe make for Napoli is they got nothing to lose at this point. There's no expectations on them, right? I mean, they're at home. Could they show out a little bit, make this
Diego Maradona Stadium?
Yeah,
right? Napoli, Barcelona. It's going to be kind of wild, all right?
We saw the party Napoli threw when they won the Scudetto. It's not like this stadium's bullshit. Like, it might not be the San Siro, but this is a very difficult building to walk in and try and get points.
It's like the best time and the worst time for Napoli to be facing Barcelona because of all the things you guys said, right? Like it's the most suspect defense they've had in quite some time, but Napoli's going through like the worst period they could have ever hoped to go through. So I don't know.
Which is why, even though it is leg 1 and it's early, I do love your cards play, because if Napoli feels like this is it, which they should, because they're not competitive in the Scudetto, and I'm 100% sure they're already out of both Italian cups. This is all they got. So if you're getting beat on the back line or on the midfield, put them on their ass.
Barcelona's got the same problem too. This is it. This is it for Barca. So
I got a question for you guys. What do you think about corners in this game? Now, like I selfishly love to bet corners. I don't always like to give that out because it's not like a sustainable way to bet or make money, but it's just fun as shit. So I'm wondering if this is a game.
I think you got to go with Barca just because of how they play. Like the ball possession, the tiki-taka. The amount of times I watch Barca and teams like Atleti make runs and then they don't get the cross off and then are just happy to take a corner. I think that's fine. That is a really good point though, Nick, because Napoli is incredibly deadly on set pieces. So if Napoli can rack up some corners, they got massive target guys in the box, and we all know how skilled Osimhen is in the air on headers, and Barcelona doesn't defend corners super well. So if Napoli can rack up some corners, I think that's a really good way for them to find the back of the net.
I don't do corners at all, but I'll give you some stats that I just saw right here. Napoli's 5 of their last 6 games, less than 10 have corners overall. Barca's last 9 games, 7 of those went less than 10.5 corners. There you go. So it's not a lot of corners between their streaks individual.
So if you play like a handicap, you're not going to want to lay like -1, -1.5, -2. If you play a corner handicap, you're going to want even money or just the hook on a half there.
I don't know. If I see if they did a lineup where Pedri was the left wing, then I think that cuts into corners completely. Like I feel like you'll be able to see it right away.
Yeah.
They've been trying to play Christensen at like a CDM random times. I don't think they know what they're doing. And if Inigo Martinez starts, that's an automatic card too. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, Di Lorenzo, like you were saying, likes to bomb down that right side, so he's going to try to get a lot of crosses from that side. So you never know.
Which is why I think that fucking assist number at plus 600
I like that
ridiculous.
Especially Osimhen in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also, like, for the same reason you're saying, when he's bombing down that right side, especially if they're down or if there's no goals and it's late in the game, a shot on target at plus 330 is just, that's wildly high for a guy who does get so free.
Yeah, I hope there's an early goal in this game so it does open up. Because if it goes in the second half, 60th minute, 0-0, then I think both teams will be happy with that. Which we don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. Who wants that?
All right. That was the last UCL game. But, Nick, it's your debut. We're doing a wheel.
Wheel.
So what we have here is the UCL guy wheel. You're just going to get you're going to have to pick a guy from the country. So we got Germany, we got Italy, England, Portugal, and Brazil. And then we also have miscellaneous for, like every other country besides the 5 I named. So we're going to spin the wheel. You have to pick a goal scorer from that country. Doesn't matter what team. You can leak over into the Liverpool-Luton game if you have to, but we have a UCL trophy in the middle for a reason, just saying.
How am I the Southern guy and I know all this pronunciation? Y'all don't.
Look, hey, I said it last time. I'm just a hick from the south side of Chicago, man.
I'm a hick from South Georgia, brother.
I've been telling you, if I can, I gotta go get some sausages over at the Jewels, bro. Like I'm fucking throwing S's on the end of everything that doesn't need S.
Go get some pies.
That's not true. We just can't read that good.
That's true. I'm also not that smart.
Yeah. All right, but Nick, you're gonna go first. Dave, are you still undefeated on this? What are you 2-0?
No, I lost one. I think I'm 1-1.
All right, heartbreaking. Nick, you're the only undefeated person here then right now. Try to keep the streak going.
All right. Oh, that bombs.
Music's a bomb, by the way.
All right, you got English dude. We need an English goal scorer from you.
Man, who the hell's even English?
All right, man, that's easy.
Saka's English.
Yeah.
Very English.
Oh, I didn't even register him as English. Let's go with Saka. You got it.
Nick's taking Saka. All right, Dave, you're going next. Should I remove the English dude or should I leave it on there now? It's just 4 of us now.
Yeah, because if there's just 4 of us, it'll be like 2 left by the time the wheel gets to you. So leave it.
Just keep it on there.
I'm gonna remove it. I'm removing them.
Okay.
All right.
Dave, this is yours. All right, you got Italian, gentlemen. Pretty much gotta hope that like Politano or like Jorginho start.
Yeah. Let's do Politano. Let's do Politano.
I like that.
Yeah.
We'll give. Should we give him to score assists?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give everybody to score assist because these numbers are so high on those.
Yeah, and there's only 2 games or 3 games basically.
Right, yeah. So let's do it.
Hey, I'm hearing a lot of complaining. Don't question the fucking
We're not complaining, so I'm just saying.
All right. Are you questioning the wheel right now? This is your spin, Oak, so I hope the wheel disrespects you for that. I hope I end up with this. You got German Bull.
You know I'm going with Gundogan.
All right, there it is. I was gonna say you might have to bet on Kai Havertz, bro.
No, I'm taking Gundogan, fam. As soon as I see lineups and he's in, like that to score assist number is an official play. Here
I'm
comes the
taking
Ocean pick.
I'm taking
I'm
OC.
gonna have to.
Yep.
Called
All
it.
right, guys, that was the wheel. Thanks for playing. If you're wrong, I'll definitely post it on social media. If you're right, thanks.
No, it's cool. We're all going to be right. All of these guys are getting in the back of the net because I'm betting each and every one
I
of
was
them.
gonna say I'm round robin in the whole thing. Fuck it.
Love that.
Lastly, we got Liverpool Luton, and what I have in my notes is Ross Barkley shot on target.
So who's
That's
Liverpool playing today?
Luton.
Okay.
and they're
Luton,
starting
there we
like
go.
nobody too, right?
So I saw Nunez and Salah are out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Ross
see. I got
Barkley
this
revenge
lineup
game?
here. Diaz, Gakpo, Elliott up top.
Gakpo and Ross Barkley, bro.
I'm gonna hit you guys with the play.
All right, let's hear it.
Luton Town +2, -110.
Ooh.
I think they keep it close. I think it's asking a lot of Liverpool with a short turnaround. They got the cup final this weekend. To win by 3, I think that's – I don't think they care if they win by 1 or 2. Kind of where my head's at.
Yeah, I like it.
really
They're
like
starting
the
a
front.
weak lineup. Luton's been hot. Luton's been getting a bunch of goals lately. I could see them covering a spread here pretty easily.
But I really like Liverpool's front 3, and I want to watch them score a lot.
Yeah, I had over 3.5 because Luton are very dangerous wherever they're at, home or away. This lineup kind of scares me a little bit with that over, but if Luton can get a goal, then Liverpool, I think, can easily get 3 with whoever they have starting up top.
All right, guys.
If Luton can't get a goal,
oh.
then they'll be fine with a 2-0 kind of thing. But
all right,
I still like the over.
That was midweek football, guys.
Real quick, before we get out of here, I got a plug. I will be on Kyle Kerm's show over on YouTube, live show talking college basketball at 4 p.m. Eastern. Got a huge slate we're breaking down. Shoot, hold on. I got my notes somewhere. Apologies for not being ready. We're talking U of I at Penn State, Duke at Miami, Dayton at George Mason, Florida at Bama. I mean, it's like a 12 or 13 game slate. There'll be 4 of us over there. It lasts an hour. It'll go quick, but we'll get you a bunch of college basketball picks. Kyle Kerms, he's really good dude. So looking forward to being on his show. Leg, where is it Wednesday?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Fuck. Okay, we'll be back. Yeah, I'm doing fucking 4 live shows today. We're doing it.
It's gonna be sick.
Love that.
Nick,
Got to wear that shirt for all of them.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the Napoli track jacket on
All right, I like
for
it.
Kyle's show because he's got a dude who is also into UCL. So I will rep the Napoli track jacket on that one.
Hell yeah.
Dave, you got any plugs, Nick?
Follow me on X, .pitchwizard. On Facebook, I got a Facebook group too. If you're kind of on the older side of the generation, Pitch Wizard Soccer and Sports. But yeah, follow me on there, guys.
He kills his premium too, by the way. Don't forget to plug that premium, Dave's.
I got a few picks a week that I put up publicly, but if you want all my picks daily, hit me up and get on my premium as well.
Love it.
Nick, any plugs from Circus Sportsbook out there?
Yeah, you know, I figure what's the coolest place I could be. I don't know if you guys have been out there, man. That stadium swim is fucking badass, man.
I've been to that, man. It's sick, dude. It's so sick.
Really cool. So, no, yeah, at Nick Diani up there. Podcast is Kicks and Picks Podcast at Kicks Picks Pod. Weekly episodes, 10 picks a week. Just started out this YouTube thing. We got to level up like you guys because this is fucking badass. We got to get on par with this production, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Follow us.
It really is. The wheel
now the wheel's killer.
It gets
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, though, guys. We'll be back tonight, 7:30. Me and Oaks, same time, same place. Midweek football. Love to have it. Again, thanks for coming on, guys. Fuck what you heard.
It's what you're hearing.
TwoFootTalk.
See y'all guys.
And yes,
We out.
later.